From the Fox 10 Gulf Stream, this is Next Weather.
Well, happy Monday, everyone, and welcome into Next Weather. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Lambers, and today it was a hot one out there. Today's daytime highs tying the record from 1999 for that daytime high of 99 degrees. No record quite reached at Pensacola. Now, heading into tomorrow, this heat only continuing, but we'll start to see some slight improvements. No excessive heat warnings in place, but another heat advisory, meaning the feels like temperatures getting up to 108 to 110 degrees. That's going to be impacting the entire Fox 10 viewing area. Let's go ahead and bump it up into the upper atmosphere. High pressure in place. It's been building this heat dome over the past few days. Now heading into tomorrow, that area of high pressure, it's going to be shifting off further towards the west. That's going to be introducing the potential for some of these fronts to begin pushing through. So by Tuesday afternoon, increased rain chances when a front pushes in, and then heading into your Wednesday, as we start to see some of this green begin to drop down, that's going to be dry air coming into play for your Wednesday. Now it's still going to be hot on Wednesday, but the biggest difference is going to be in terms of that heat index and also that humidity. So by tomorrow, still hot, but then take a look at Wednesday. That's when we really begin to see that dip. So most likely not going to be seeing any of those heat advisories issued for the rest of the week. Some slight improvements by the second half of the week, but really Wednesday, that's going to be the sweet spot right there. You'll notice that difference stepping out the door, dew points in the lower to mid 60s. Now rain chances here for tomorrow afternoon, but by the time we make it closer towards the weekend, they return by Sunday heading into next week. So some lull in that rain activity. Just make sure you're taking care of your plants during this time. But timing things out in our futurecast, things staying quiet heading into the overnight hours and into tomorrow. But then that's when rain chances begin to increase by the afternoon, really ramping up around 3 to 6 o'clock. Highest chances along I-10 and just sticking around on the northern side there, and will turn isolated heading later on in the evening. Now for your school forecast for tomorrow, we're going to start off on the mild and muggy side, lower 80s heading off to school, heading home. However, still hot out there with some of those storms returning. Chances of an umbrella, maybe heading into the afternoon. Now your beach forecast, things are still staying hot out there. Lower 90s, UV index is extreme, but that rip current risk is low for the next few days. And then tracking the tropics, 2 areas that we're monitoring at this time, low chances of development over the next 7 days. But the thing that's keeping those chances low is going to be that 7-day range. We'll likely start to see these numbers increase for the week ahead of us. Now it's still pretty active out there as we approach closer towards the peak of hurricane season. We'll continue to monitor and keep you updated right here on Fox 10. We're going to talk more about your forecast here on Next Weather coming up in just a little bit.
Can I play? Sure, but you need to bring your own truck. That's not a problem.
The Fox 10 Storm Tracker Fleet, taking you live to more places, covering the Gulf Coast like no one else can. Unrivaled experience, unparalleled severe weather coverage.
I think I need a bigger sandbox.
Now, it's been hot all across the Gulf Coast, and this heat wave has been historic with day after day of oppressive temperatures. Meteorologist Matt Barentine breaks down those remarkable numbers.
It has been an astounding month so far for the month of August. We've never seen anything like it. A historic heat wave. Look at the numbers here from the Mobile Regional Airport. These are the highs, and not a single day has any of these been lower than 96 degrees. And we've also gotten to 100 a couple of times. And of course, I'm not even factoring in the heat index values here, where most days it's been 110 plus with the heat index. Look at the average high in Mobile, 97.7 so far this August. Pensacola right at 98 degrees. Now, August is the hottest month of the year anyhow, and our average high is 91 degrees. And that sounds great right now compared to what we've seen. So it's amazing that our hottest month of the year, that we've been able to see our highs be 6.5 to nearly 7 degrees above average. It's an absolute historic heat wave that we're dealing with, and it's causing problems. Where heat illness is a problem, you have to limit your outdoor activities. It can be very dangerous to sensitive groups. So we need to continue, because the heat wave is going to continue. So we have to continue to take our precautions, staying hydrated, avoiding outdoor activities when possible, and keeping an eye on our neighbors, our children, our pets as the heat wave continues. In Mobile, Matt Barentine, Fox 10 News.
Now, we've been keeping you updated on what's going on in Hawaii, and many who fled from the horrendous wildfire on Maui got their first chance to return today. What they saw was the utter devastation of their community. Mike Valerio reports.
Well, this is the only checkpoint for residents to get into Lahaina, and for people who stop here to have their licenses checked so if officers can make sure that they are indeed residents. They tell us that this is a profoundly emotional moment. Listen to a woman named Susan who told us everything she's been experiencing just before and after she goes into the disaster zone.
I drove through Lahaina for the first time on Friday. Okay, I again live up north, 7 miles out of Lahaina. And that night of the fires, we were watching the sunset on one side, and it seemed like the sunset on the other side from the flames. And we did not know how serious it was. And when I drove through on Friday, I had no clue what I was going through. I got everything's gone. I worked at the Chart House in 1991. It is flat to the ground. There's houses that I used to live in Lahaina that I don't even know where they were. And, I lost friends in there. They were going back to get their animals, when she died. So, it's really sad because people come over here. I heard there was a snorkeling boat looking at Lahaina town. Give them respect, it's so bad. This is, people died here. People, it's not just a vacation. It's not just a place for vacation. We live here.
So to give you some perspective, the checkpoint that we're at, it's about 1,000 feet above the Pacific Ocean. An amazing picture, so much beauty. What a contrast to the moonscape, the ashen, burned, seared landscape of Lahaina as it exists right now. Also of note, once you get a couple yards away from us, this narrows into one lane of traffic. It's somewhat of a difficult road to navigate. It just shows you how difficult things are to access the area and for people to see what, if anything, has survived. That's the latest here on Maui. I'm Mike Valerio. Back to you.
And we'll continue to keep you updated on those relief efforts right here on Fox 10. Well, coming up, I'm going to have a final look at your full 7-day outlook, some brief relief on the way. Of all those details coming up.
New to the Fox 10 weather app, your 24-hour radar forecast. Be the first to see how precipitation is going to affect your plants across the Gulf Coast. Detailed hour by hour, the 24-hour radar forecast on the Fox 10 weather app. Plus the latest breaking news with the Fox 10 News app.
Got him both.
Stay alert with Fox 10. Prime time is Fox 10 time.
The latest on the night's top stories are first on Fox 10 News at 9.
Wrap up your day, informed and ready for the morning.
Well, taking a final look at your full 7-day outlook, rain showers and thunderstorms return in the forecast heading into tomorrow afternoon and evening. But behind that, heading into your Wednesday, that's when we start to see some of this dry air return, lower humidity by Wednesday, some more refreshing mornings, and you're really going to notice that difference stepping out the door. However, it's going to be short-lived. The heat returns and builds back with some of that humidity heading into the weekend, with rain chances ramping up by Sunday into next week. Thanks for joining us here on Next Weather. We'll continue to keep you updated with your forecast right here on Fox 10.